All right, welcome back, everybody. I want to continue the discussion about kind of why we're here and the importance. And these two videos, the last video and this video, will kind of, again, set the stage for the class as a whole. So if we think about how important writing skills are, and again, I know maybe I'm overemphasizing these things, but I really do think it's important to contextualize. The first thing is to think about the perception we have of people with good writing skills. So people with advanced writing skills, so good writing skills, are perceived as more reliable and more trustworthy, right? And it's relatively easy to prove. Just imagine you receive an email and you notice sort of odd abbreviations and misspelled words. What would your first impression of the sender be? Now, most people would say, well, they're unintelligent, or, maybe they haven't had a good background in writing, right? So they're not competent or they're not intelligent. I would say that there's a third one here, and maybe you were thinking it, and that's they didn't care enough, right? They weren't taking the time to communicate clearly, so they don't value me. And think about maybe a text message or email that you've got that was unclear and you weren't sure what the person was saying and how that takes up more of our time, right? Our ability to hone our writing and persuasion skills help us influence others and achieve our goals. And that's not to say we need to be manipulative, right? There's a difference between manipulation and persuasion. Manipulation is usually when we do something that's not in somebody's best interest, versus persuasion, which allows somebody to still make up their own mind. So professors assign persuasive essays, in particular, to prepare people for a job market by developing those skills. And even though this is talking about persuasive essays, I would encourage you to think of those assignments that you will be doing in this class as a way to prepare you for the job market, because that's really, I think, the goal of college, is to prepare people for a job market. So I'm not really picking on people here. The couple of the common questions that I get in a class like English 101 is, hey, I'm a computer science major. Why do I need to learn how to write? So according to this article from Colorado State, writing helped students learn computer science. Writing is both an end and a means. Computer science students need to write to communicate, and a professional writing must be taught in computer science courses. So again, computer science majors, some of the folks that tend to question the necessity of communication skills really do need those communication skills. Now, the other one, major that I get students sort of, well, why am I here? Why do I have to take this? Are engineering majors. So mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, what have you. And so according to the Engineering Management Institute, quote, engineers more than others have the need for good writing skills as they allow simplification of complex scientific terms and data. This way, engineers can bring their aspirations and creativity closer to regular people. So again, I'm not going to go down the laundry list of all the different majors, but computer science and engineering are students who tend to question, and it's good to question, right? But tend to question why they have to take English. And again, my goal here is to get you thinking about how the skills that you're working on in this class will help you in the future. So one of the bigger questions is, will this help me make money, right? Will I make more money? Is it worth it? Is there a return on investment, or an ROI in business terms, right? If I invest this much, am I going to get money back? So if I invest my $500 and 50 hours of work, what do I get out of it? So it's a little bit interesting to me. So this is from the Muse. And what they looked at was people in certain fields and how much people made on average, depending on the number of errors they made in their writing. So you can see here, just in sales and marketing, people that made 0 to 10 errors per 100 words made about $500 versus people who made 30 or more errors who made out $200. So same job, same task, but going back to that analogy of the email, there's a sort of a halo effect where people who communicate more effectively are seen as generally more trustworthy, more reliable, more proficient. In engineering and manufacturing, again, making 0 to 10 errors per 100 words, most of the professionals made about twice as much, more than twice as much than people who made 30 or more errors. In finance and management, and this is what gets kind of interesting, people who make 0 to 10 errors make $404 per, per job or earnings. But if people are making more than 30 errors per 100 words, they didn't even register on the scale. And maybe that's easy to sort of understand, because if you put a period in the wrong place, which in a number would be a decimal, right? That's a pretty significant error. And there have been high profile cases of people, accountants and things like that, who made those silly errors, and it cost them not just their job, but their career. In the legal profession, relatively similar. Now, this one's fascinating to me for a couple reasons. So not only did people still make more money if they made fewer errors, but for some reason, people who made 21 to 30 errors made more than people who made 11 to 20 errors. So I don't know how that works. But again, more than 30 errors in 100 words, just not going to have a job. So if we kind of, again, contextualize all of this, is to say there's value, there's importance. This is an important facet of your education, your career, your personal life to be able to write. And I promise this will be the last time I'm really sort of harping on this idea that this is valid, this is important, and the more that you put into this, the more that you'll get out of it. All right. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, jokes, memes, or recipes, please let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you all later.